Ron Slafer trains bloodhounds to hunt fallen animals across the state.
When they shoot a deer, sometimes they quit bleeding and they're at a loss, and they'll call us in when they're at that loss, and we bring the dog in and track the deer for them.
Last week, he got a call from a crossbow hunter in southern Illinois to help track a deer he had shot.
Generally, just like any other day, I was going at this, and I'll say a prayer before every track. I'll take my knee, I'll harness the dog up.
He and his partner, Gary, were close to finding the deer when Slafer tripped and fell.
There I looked down at my leg, and right through my leg was a crossbow bolt sticking through my leg.
The hunter's crossbow had accidentally gone off, leaving him with a serious leg injury.
I heard a thump behind me, and I knew what it was. And I went back and I rolled him over, and it was sticking out his leg. And I told him to sit up, just stay calm. And I kept checking him for bleeding bad and keeping him calm.
Slafer was airlifted to Barnes Jewish Hospital in St. Louis for surgery on his tibia.
They did a really great job. We're very lucky that Barnes had someone that was educated in archery.
But the story doesn't end there. The next evening, Slafer was preparing to be discharged.
We had loaded up and had forgotten an item, and I had to return back into the hospital.
The wife had moved the van out of the way and left it running, and I was just kind of laying in the back there. Well, somebody decided they wanted to get in the van and kind of take off with it.
It took him a minute to realize he was being carjacked.
The vigil said, "I'm with security, and you can't leave the van sitting here running like this. I'm just moving it for you." And I could tell by the way the guy was dressed. He wasn't security.
He says the man pulled out onto the main road and began driving away.
I was in no way to defend myself, and I really didn't know if he was going to go pick up his buddies and they was going to jump in the van at that time. And I'm not familiar with St. Louis, and I was a little scared, to tell you the truth.
After trying to tell the suspect the ordeal he had been through, Slafer says the man finally pulled over and ran off.
When I returned back and could not find the van, I turned to valet parking and thought maybe there was a problem.
Back at the hospital, Slafer's wife began to panic when she couldn't find her van.
Very nice gentleman that was off into the waiting room. I think he must have could tell that I was a little bit shook by it. And he offered his phone, and that is how I got in contact with Ron.
Hospital security was able to get her to the van and Ron.
Can't thank him enough. He was, it's nice to have somebody there.
After filing a police report, Ron and Tara finally made it back home.
Quite the ordeal, getting shot one day and kidnapped the next. You can't make that stuff up.
Reporting in Watson, Alyssa Patrick, WAND News.